Just to make sure that everything is nice and stable here across the YouTube platform. All right, Broncos country, welcome into the pregame tailgate show for Denver Broncos Syndicate, live from Empower Field at Mile High for Sunday Night Football. I am your host, Gage Madrid, guys. Let's just wait for a few people to go ahead and start dripping on in here before we officially begin. We've got special teams units for both fields, or for both teams currently warming up on the field, so we are getting ready to rock and roll here for Sunday Night Football from beautiful Denver, Colorado. It is a beautiful night. It says it's 50 degrees right now with wind just 3 miles an hour. Absolutely fantastic night for some Sunday Night Football here in Denver. We've got Garrett Sheldon in the house. Clickbait! What's going on, bro? Good to see you. We're just waiting to officially get started here. Kickoff is about an hour out. And obviously this is a very, very massive game for the Denver Broncos, who are currently sitting with a record of 4-5. They really need this one. There were a couple of games today that negatively impacted the Denver Broncos' push for the playoffs. In particular, the Tennessee Titans losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was a big loss for, excuse me. That was a big loss for us. And then also the Pittsburgh Steelers losing to the Cleveland Browns. That was another one. We've got D. Brown in the house, says make noise for all of us. Absolutely will. I mean, stadium is already rocking and rolling with lots of music. It's going to be an absolutely electric atmosphere. There is plenty of Broncos country and Vikings nation being represented tonight. It is a beautiful, beautiful night for football, Broncos country, and getting a win tonight would mean so, so much. What section are you in? The Dub says, right now I am currently down by section 128, Dubs. That's where I currently am. Subcage in chat says, D-Rock, what's going on, D-Rock? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Smoking on that skull pack, Garrett says. Absolutely, guys. And this is going to be a little bit of a difficult outing here for the Minnesota Vikings without their star wide receiver, Justin Jefferson. However, the Vikings without Jefferson are currently 5-0. What's going on, Garrett Ringel? Good to see you. Joaquin, how you doing, man? Hope all is well. Go ahead and flip the camera here. Get a little shot of the field. There's Riley Dixon right there, playing catch with some of the fans. Not sure where Will Lutz is. Maybe he went back to the locker room. But yeah, man, absolutely awesome. I'm so looking forward tonight. David says, I wonder how noisy that place will be and if it'll be sold out. I have to imagine that this is going to be a very much like a playoff game for the Denver Broncos here at Empower Field at Mile High. Oh, where are you, Dubs? Where are you? I'm right. You can see me, obviously. How you doing? Come on over and say hi if you want. But yeah, guys, I mean, if we can secure a win tonight, that's going to put the Denver Broncos at 5-5. Oh, you're on the other side. Nice. Well, wave to you. But anyway, man, yeah, this is just again, man, the Denver Broncos getting to 5-5 with some of the other games that have happened today. We need this win, and we need to win next week against the Cleveland Browns for sure. We got Antelope in the house. What's going on, Antelope? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Drew Lock was briefly in for the Seattle Seahawks. They've got the other games up right now on the Jumbotron. Can't wait for this one. Peyton can break another streak with a Vikings loss. Yeah, that's right, because Sean Payton actually, I believe, has a losing streak to the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken, but Peyton suffered some really heartbreaking losses at the hands of the Vikings in his career, from the Minneapolis Miracle to Kirk Cousins to Kyle Rudolph in the end zone to win the game. I mean, Sean Payton suffered some heartbreaking losses to the Minnesota Vikings. Hopefully, that trend will not continue tonight. Of course, Sunday Night Football, we got Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth on the call. Have a blast, Gage, and make some noise. I absolutely will, David. It's going to be such an electric night. I don't know if you guys can see. Chris Collinsworth is right there in the black suit. The guy next to the brown suit, that's Chris Collinsworth down there. So, you know it's official when Sunday Night Football's in town. Dub says, I'm a Vikings fan, by the way, and unfortunately we're 0-7 when I come to the game. Well, some of the Vikings returners are taking the field right now. Looks like Ty Chandler, Kene Nwangwu, and Brandon Powell for the Vikings are taking the field. So we are getting much, much closer to kickoff here from Denver. Currently, the only Broncos players on the field are Mitchell Fraboni, the long snapper, and Riley Dixon, the punter. We got Ray Haas in the house saying, good evening, Gage in Broncos country. Good evening, Ray. Good to see you. Is that new tight end going to play tonight? I'll have to look at the inactives. Unfortunately, that's something I cannot do if I am on my phone live. So I believe actually inactives are going to come out in just a few minutes. So if somebody has the inactive list and they can let me know, that'd be absolutely awesome, because while I'm streaming from my phone, that is something that I cannot see. All right, there's Jordan Addison. Without Justin Jefferson tonight, obviously containing Jordan Addison is going to be key for us. Antelope says he's watching Jets-Bills in the meantime. And then also, guys, the Vikings do get a little bit of a boost tonight getting Alexander Madison back. So for Denver, we are going to have to contain him. And all right, guys, here we go. We got some Broncos players taking the field here. Broncos returners. We got Marvin Mims right there. Trayvon Smith. Looks like Riley Moss is taking the field, as well as Jaleel McLaughlin, guys. So some Denver Broncos players out there. We got C. Chan in the house saying, beat the Vikings. Dub says no tight end is listed as inactive. Well, what I want to know is, did they bring up Lucas Kroll, the tight end from the practice squad? That's what I'm curious about. Riley Dixon practicing some punts right there. Because if Lucas Kroll is active tonight, I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Denver Broncos utilized him. Speaking of tight ends, guys, last week, or on Monday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills, the Denver Broncos kind of struggled a little bit covering Bills tight end Dalton Kincaid. So Kincaid is somebody that we're going to have to, or Hawkinson rather, TJ Hawkinson, Vikings tight end, is somebody that we're going to really have to pay attention to in this one. Him and, of course, Jordan Addison. Those are the big ones. JL Skinner is active tonight. Absolutely huge. I'm curious to see if he sees any action beyond special teams, but clearly the Broncos feel like they're not comfortable right now with Delarian Turner-Yell, and in the event that Kareem Jackson has to come out or something like that, I think the Broncos are finally going to give JL Skinner his opportunity, which is really, really interesting. PJ Locke, Ronnie Perkins, Ben Neiman, Thomas Incoom, Alex Forsythe, and Elijah Garcia are the inactives tonight. Okay, there we go, Broncos country. Unfortunately, PJ Locke unable to go with his ankle injury. All right, we got Vaughn Miller Express in the house. What's going on, Vaughn? Good to see you. Let me know, Broncos country, where you guys are representing from tonight. Obviously, we are right here at Empower Field at Mile High, waiting for the game to officially get going. Here in a little bit, everyone should be taking the field for in-uniform warm-ups. Here we go, that's right. Dude, man, I mean, this is going to be as close to a playoff atmosphere as we've had here at Mile High in a long time. I mean, you could also argue that Chiefs game had a bit of a playoff atmosphere to it. All right, there's KJ Osborne taking the field now for the Vikings. He's somebody else we're going to have to contain tonight. Suffered a really scary concussion a couple weeks ago against the Atlanta Falcons. Glad to see him back. But again, guys, not having Justin Jefferson is going to be a really big blow for the Vikings team, but they found ways to win without him. They found ways to win without their starting quarterback in Kirk Cousins. I mean, tonight is hopefully the night that the Josh Dobbs magic stops. All right, guys, we got Jack Collinsworth, Rodney Harrison, Tony Dungy all taking the field right now. Sunday Night Football pregame. David says about time for JL Skinner. I agree. I'm excited to see what JL can do. There's clearly been a reason why J.L. Skinner's been inactive to this point and why Riley Moss hasn't really played beyond special teams, but at this point in time, if you are the Denver Broncos, I don't think that you can truly depend on Delarian Turner-Yell in the event that he has to see any playing time. Of course, again, we'll be getting the Kareem Jackson back tonight, which is going to be huge. There's Kevin O'Connell right there, Vikings head coach. Kevin O'Connell taking the field. We got, oh yeah, Kool-Aid Man in the house saying, let's go. Hope you are doing well, Kool-Aid Man. All right, guys, we're rocking and rolling here. Music blasting. It's going to be an awesome night. Oh boy, it looks like the Jets are absolutely careening the Buffalo, or the Bills are absolutely careening the Buffalo Bills right now. J.L. Skinner is a broomstick. I'm really excited to see if he gets into the game on defense. That's going to be interesting. I don't know if we're going to see Skinner much, maybe beyond special teams, but I do find it very interesting and noteworthy that J.L. Skinner is active tonight for sure. Offensively, guys, I think we're going to be rolling a pretty similar game plan to what we've done the last couple of weeks. Obviously, we've tried to get the run game going with guys such as Javonte Williams and Jaleel McLaughlin. I'm hoping we see Samaje Perine more in this game because Perine really had a strong outing, I felt like, in the limited action that he did have against Buffalo. I think that Perine has earned some more reps for this Denver Broncos offense. So that's going to be a key one. What's going to be your bet prediction tonight? All right, guys, so we'll be thinking about my prediction here for just a minute. I haven't really exactly formulated one yet. I'm hoping that the Denver Broncos can slow down the Josh Dobbs magic tonight. That would be absolutely key. We got to contain him and keep him in the pocket because he's been a really big-time playmaker with his legs. So that's going to be one big factor, is keeping Joshua Dobbs in the pocket, try to limit what he can do, try to play double bracket coverage basically with Jordan Addison as well as TJ Hawkinson, and force the Vikings to beat us with somebody else, be it KG Osborne, be it Brandon Powell, be it Alexander Madison and Ty Chandler out of the backfield. I think the Denver Broncos are ultimately going to be able to get the win tonight, but it's going to be a lot closer than I want it to be. I think I have the Denver Broncos 24-20, much like Dubs, but obviously Dubs is going to pick their own team. I think we win by a Will Lutz field goal. Will Lutz has looked pretty strong in pregame warmups. I've been watching him. He's now back in the locker room, but Will Lutz did look pretty strong there in pregame warmups. So here's hoping that if indeed he has to come through for a big-time kick for us, he'll be able to get the job done. All right, Broncos country, I'm curious what your predictions are for the game. We are probably going to be live here for another 5 minutes or so. So I'm curious to see what you guys think the overall theme is going to be for this game. Again, I think there's going to be some scoring for sure, but I don't necessarily foresee a shootout or anything like that. I'm curious to see what Brian Flores throws at us defensively. He's one of the most blitz-happy defensive coordinators in the entire NFL. I fully expect that to continue in this game. So, if Brian Flores continues to light up Russell Wilson in this one, that could cause some issues for the Denver Broncos, because we've seen points, especially earlier on in the season, where Russell Wilson has kind of struggled a little bit against the blitz. So, again, that's going to be another key is for the Denver Broncos, is to counter the blitz. I think screen passes to the running backs are going to be key. Some occasional tight end screens there, maybe to someone like Adam Troutman or something like that. And then also draw plays. Those are the best ways, in my opinion, to beat the blitz. And you know Brian Flores is going to bring the heat in this one. Hope he doesn't have the night like he had last week in Will Lutz. Me too. He's going to have to redeem himself. Just in case, man, he's asked to make a big-time kick for us. All right, Broncos country, I'm going to go ahead and dip out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully we can get a win tonight and keep our playoff hopes alive. All right, guys, looks like offensive players are taking the field right now. Let's go. Taking the field. Here comes Russell Wilson and Jarrett Stidham. All right, guys, let's rock and roll. All right, Broncos country, thank you so much for tuning in. David Eukin says 21-17, we win. All right, guys, we got to keep the streak alive tonight. And until next time, Broncos country, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.